I have some leftover Nightcrawlers from my last fishing trip, and I have some flicker rigs that I bought years ago to fish for walleye for. So I'm going to put these two together and troll near one of my local dams to see whatever bites. There might be some walleye here. I know there's drum here. I know there's striped bass here. I'm going to use my two spinning combos that have heavy rods with 30-pound braid, so that helps these get down further in the water column, and hope for the best. I do have 3 specialized sinkers for this that should hold them all the way to the bottom. Now they are already rigged up with crankbait clips, and the crankbait clip should just clip onto these, the sinker, and then these flicker rigs, and just work. I don't know if I'll be able to show this on camera. All it is a couple of Colorado blades, a bunch of beads, 2 hooks. Basically, it's also called a Nightcrawler harness. Like, this is a Lindy Nightcrawler harness, and this is a Berkeley flicker rig. And this is the color I've been catching big drum on here on my FishLab baits. I figured, let's try something different. I got these worms, they're left over. They almost all died because I forgot to put them in the fridge, but there's enough alive that I might be able to get 1 or 2 fish in the boat. Now, due to the nature of walleye and the nature of where I'm at, I'm not going to be able to keep the light on all the time. You might get to see me fight fish, maybe, possibly, with no light whatsoever. The camera does pick up halfway good with just like that light. I don't want to get my wildlife agency angry at me or the walleye, because this light will scare walleye away. I know some guides that will turn off their anchor lights and navigation lights to float around for walleye. They are that sensitive. I don't recommend doing it. Obviously, that's against the law. And like I just said, there are some actual guides that do that. I might have to talk about that in a future video, or actually a future podcast. So let me get one of these rigged up, show you how it's rigged, and then I'm going to fish and hopefully catch something. I will be trolling probably around 1 to 2 miles per hour. This is 61-degree water, so it is colder water. I don't even know if these will work in this cold water. They're meant to be a warm water bait for summertime walleye. Let's see what happens. Now the dam is not running, thankfully. I don't think I would have attempted this if the dam was running. I want to be able to control everything, 100%. Do this one first. Usually these have really, really long, leader line. This is not easy to take apart. There we go. Yep, really long leader. Or make it easier to put that sinker on. Although these are really heavy sinkers. I hope I didn't buy ones that are too heavy. Let's clip it on here. Has a little chain on it. I think I've already hooked my seat. I'm hearing fish jump, that's a good sign. There we go. Clip that on. Find out what I'm hung on. Ow! And I put my Nightcrawler on the 2 hooks. I really don't know if there's a special way to do this, and I think I read that some people leave the back hook, just free. And I am going to hook the front and the back hook on this Nightcrawler. And there you have it. Flicker rig, Nightcrawler harness. Now I'm going to hook the other one up and hope for the best. That is a black rod, so you can't even see it with the light on. I need some glow-in-the-dark paint for them, or tape.
A few moments later.
Well, I was turning this corner and broke one off already. This side ended up being the slack side, so it hit the bottom. And I'm guessing when it hit the bottom, it hooked on something and snapped. So I gotta already re-rig one of these. No wonder people buy a bunch of them at the same time. Now this one, I think I keep hitting the bottom on this one too. Unless that's a fish. I'm trying like really slow at first here, 1 mile per hour. These are not line counters. I probably should have used my line counters on this so I could see how far back I am, so I don't like hit the bottom. I guess I try to re-rig this while moving, and yeah, maybe catch a fish tonight. That'd be nice. Well then, fish on. I do keep getting broke off on the flicker rigs, but I decided to put out my lucky FishLab bait. Let's see what I caught here. This is called being desperate to catch a fish. I've been going in circles for a little bit here. And this is a nice drum. I don't mind catching drum. Now let's see if I can get them landed here. This is what I've been catching on my mixed bag trips, on both shiners and this exact bait. Feisty. They are fun to catch, but now the treble hook is in the net. That's a big one too. Not bad. This one is broken off at the currently, and this one hasn't had any bites yet. Nothing on the Nightcrawlers. I've replaced a couple of rigs. I have replaced the Nightcrawlers. This one only has one hook now. I'm going to just run it with one hook. I need my pliers. Make sure I'm not running into the bank while I do this. They're hard to hold. I'm going to have to use my grippers if I can find them. Somewhere on the boat. There we go. I like using grippers on these guys because they are slippery. And very, very wild. There you go. Very nice drum. I mean, that's a good size one. Probably a few inches off being a trophy size. And yes, there is a trophy size for freshwater drum in Tennessee. A lot of people consider these trash fish, but I mean, a fish is a fish. They're fun to catch. I've actually put clients on trophy sized ones. Now I'm going to release them and maybe catch a Couple more on that bait. Be nice to get a walleye. There he goes. They do have a bad habit of becoming catatonic and just floating on the surface. But he swam away. Cool. Now, I'm going to deal with this mess and maybe catch another fish. Just going to record here for a little bit to let you take in the sounds. Really nice night. A break from 100-degree weather. Just to show you guys one of the hang-ups. I got these really, really close to the boat. So my weight may actually be too heavy. See if I lost a hook or lost my rig. I got my hooks, but I don't have a worm. I'm wondering if these should be used in like deep water, because the water here is like 9 to 15 feet max, mostly like 9 to 10 feet, which means I have to have them incredibly close to the boat if I'm using heavy weight to keep them from hanging on the bottom. The FishLab bait, it only goes, I don't know, 5-6 feet deep. It's a shallow one. My deep ones, same thing happens when I use my deeper ones. They go 17 feet, so I've got a few on the rocks here. I stopped using them because I got tired of losing them. So I only used the shallow ones, and they've been doing incredibly well. And I'm going to put a worm on this and put it back out there. I may go down the river a little bit further than what I've been doing. I've been just doing circles here and nothing yet. So I'll go down the river a little bit, turn around, come back up the river, and maybe catch something. Oh yeah, the hook is bent. If I could fix that, I can bend it back. This is pretty strong line on this one. Maybe that's a good thing. Still there? Got a hit? Yep. I really do need to tighten my drag. I'm hoping for like a big striped bass. Then I will need this drag. FishLab is winning tonight. And yes, I am partnered with them because I'm partnered with Ukuma. What did we get here? Ooh, really? Ha! This is what I was trying to catch on the flicker rigs. Look at the size of that walleye. Ho, ho, ho. Wow. That's a good eater one right there too, but I'm not keeping them. But they are supposed to be really good eaters. They grow fast. Look at that. That's the fish I wanted to catch tonight, but I wanted to catch them on the flicker rig. Really nice walleye. See if I can, hopefully the light won't overpower it, but look, you know, look at those teeth and its mouth. Is this a walleye? Yep, 100% a walleye. If it was a sauger, it'd have a pattern on it. Very, very cool. All right, it's a 19-inch walleye. I got to look it up. That may or may not be a trophy size. I don't know. Let me look it up real quick. I'm also hung up on my other rod while messing with measuring the walleye. Yeah, it's got to be a really big walleye. 28 inches. So I'm 10 inches off. But still, that was a good eater size. I'm going to get all this fixed and hopefully bring some more fish into the boat. Alright, I'm officially on my last 2 night crawlers. This one and the one that's on that one. I'm right butted up to the dam. So I am going to try from here and drag my way out. And hope I don't lose these in this general area, because I just lost one in this general area. Now both of those fish I caught when I was going about 1 mile per hour, really slow, in this really cold water on the FishLab wobbler. So I guess that's my lucky bait for tonight. I'm just casting it out there and not really knowing how far back it is. And then these I can't put that far back at all, or they hit the bottom and get snagged up. And what I've noticed, it's the hooks that are getting snagged. So I don't know if having one of the sinkers with the long piece of metal on the bottom to keep it off the bottom would help in this situation. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. I am not a walleye expert. I really like to fish for catfish. I do still need to get my trophy-sized walleye in the Tennessee Angler Recognition Program. Someday, hopefully, I get one. And funny enough, it might be wild muskie fishing, because I like to muskie fish too, but only in the middle of the winter time. Already snagged up. I didn't even put this one out there that far. Oh. I may have lost my hook. Yep, only one hook left and no nightcrawler to put on it. I'm just going to leave this as is. I could put another FishLab bait on it, but I'm going to leave these as is. That one breaks off. I will continue a little bit further to see if I can get another fish on this one, and then I'm going to call it. I'd say if I had 3 FishLab baits out, I probably would have caught more fish, maybe. But hey, big old walleye. I'm actually really happy I caught that. That's a really good fish. Now let's see, maybe I can get one more before the night is over with, for me. I think I got a fish on. Oh, maybe not, maybe it's hitting bottom. I am getting kind of close to the bank on this side. This is a little bit more shallow water. It's also the side that I've been losing all those other baits. So this is surviving this more shallow water in comparison to the flicker rig. Now it's not that the flicker rig is maybe a worse bait or anything. I think the case here is I don't know how to use it properly. I'm quite sure I'm either not going fast enough, I'm not in deep enough water. There's 100 different things that I might not be doing correctly with that rig. And they say it's a summer bait, and I'm in 61-degree water. From what I've read, people go up to 4 miles per hour with a bait like that. And, well, you don't do that in cold water. At least, that's what I think. Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure some of you have used flicker rigs before properly, or nightcrawler rigs, flicker rigs, whatever you want to call them. At least I caught a couple of good fish tonight. And thankfully, I haven't lost that one yet. I actually, when I turned around to go back towards the dam, I switched it to the deeper side so I wouldn't lose it. So I'm getting a few extra miles on it before I end up giving up tonight. Now I launched, I don't know, about 9:30 tonight, 10 o'clock, and now it's almost midnight. So I've only been here a couple of hours, a few hours. I did come with half-dead nightcrawlers. My nightcrawlers, I left out on accident and ended up killing like half of them. So I only had maybe 6 or 7 good ones, and I went through all of them, with this one being the last one. And I think I will, there's a sandbar over here. I've been trying to hit it. I'm going to go over to the sandbar. I do lose stuff on the sandbar too. But maybe I'll get another fish tonight. Now, I don't know if I'm hung or if I got a good fish. Oh yeah, I think it was a fish. It smashed it. This might be a striped bass, which would be cool to catch. Now that I've stopped the boat from moving, the worm nightcrawler rig might actually get hung up, but that's okay. So what we got here? Man, this thing it smashed it. I really wish I could have got that on camera, but you know, filming at night is difficult. What is this? Oh, we have to end the night with a catfish. It's not a fishing trip unless you catch catfish, right? I think this is a blue, maybe? Cool. That is pretty cool. Don't mind catching a catfish. All right. That's a channel. There's a lot of channels here. What a great way to end the night. Definitely got to catch a catfish on artificial bait. In a catfish boat. Or in a so-called catfish boat. Cool. I think I will use this as my closing because I'm probably going to lose that nightcrawler rig just letting it sit there. But hey, it's been a good night. This FishLab bait has been on fire. Which, hey, that's what my clients have been catching fish on as well here. Although I've been using shiners too. Now I got catfish slime all over my artificial bait. But actually, this is not a wobbler. They're all called biominnows, but this is the shallow jerk bait. So I've been calling it the wrong thing the whole time. I have been using wobblers. I've been using like both the wobbler and this and catching fish on both of them whenever I have my actual gear out. That is pretty gross, all that catfish slime. I don't think I'd be used to it. Got my bait all wrapped up. Anyway, I will take care of that off camera. Definitely, like I said earlier, leave me a comment below if you have any suggestions on how I should fish these baits properly if I try them again. I really don't do deep water that much. And I'm almost thinking that this is a deeper water bait. And I don't even have a nightcrawler on here anymore, and I'm missing the hook. And it is now midnight. So good time to get off the water and maybe spend the rest of the night editing this video for you guys. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch my video. I really, really appreciate it. And if you would do me an absolute huge favor, hit that thumbs up. This is not a catfishing video, so YouTube will probably not want to, let people know that I have a fishing video up. But if enough people hit a thumbs up, it might change the algorithm's mind. I hate asking for it, but hey, it is what it is. I will be doing some more catfishing in the future. In fact, I've got my catfish gear back in my boat. I've had it out of the boat for a while I was doing all these mixed bag trips. Now that it's starting to maybe cool down, I mean, it was in the 100 degrees over the past week, but we're getting towards the fall and it should start cooling off. It's definitely cooled off at nighttime. It's time to go catfishing again. And maybe get a bigger one than what I just caught in the boat. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time.